For decades, luxury watches have been sold with a simple story. A customer walks into a boutique, buys a watch, and that watch becomes part of a personal collection. Sometimes it is worn daily. Sometimes it is passed down through generations. And occasionally it is sold again through the secondary market. But in recent years, something unusual has been happening behind the scenes in the luxury watch industry. Some of the most prestigious brands in the world, including Rolex and Patek Philippe, have quietly started buying back their own watches. At first glance, this might seem strange. Why would companies that sell brand new watches want to purchase older ones that are already circulating in the market? The answer reveals a major shift in how luxury watch brands are thinking about control, reputation, and the rapidly growing resale market. To understand why Rolex and Patek are quietly buying back their own watches, you have to look at what happened to the watch market over the past decade. Luxury watches have transformed from simple accessories into financial assets. Many high-end models from brands like Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet began appreciating dramatically in value. Watches that originally retailed for $10,000 were suddenly selling for double or even triple that amount on the secondary market. This explosion in resale value created an entirely new ecosystem of watch dealers, collectors, and online marketplaces. Platforms specializing in pre-owned luxury watches grew rapidly. Auction houses saw record-breaking sales. Social media fueled hype around specific models, turning certain watches into global status symbols. But for the watch brands themselves, this booming resale market created a problem. Most of the money being generated in the secondary market was not going to the original manufacturers. When a watch sells at auction for 2 or 3 times its original retail price, the brand that produced it typically receives nothing from that transaction. Instead, the profits go to resellers, collectors, or intermediaries. For companies like Rolex and Patek Philippe, this raised an important strategic question. If their products were becoming valuable assets traded globally, should they allow that entire market to exist outside their control? That question has led to a quiet but significant shift. Luxury watch brands are beginning to move into the certified pre-owned market, and in many cases that involves buying back watches that already exist in circulation. By purchasing their own watches through dealers or trade-in programs, brands can bring those pieces back under their control. Once acquired, the watches are inspected, authenticated, serviced, and resold as certified pre-owned products through authorized channels. This strategy gives the brand something extremely valuable: influence over the secondary market. Instead of letting independent resellers dominate the resale ecosystem, companies like Rolex can participate directly in the market that their own products created. But there are several other reasons behind this strategy as well. One of the biggest concerns for luxury watch brands is authenticity. The global resale market is filled with counterfeit watches, modified pieces, and products with questionable histories. When customers buy watches from unofficial dealers, the brand has little control over the quality or authenticity of the transaction. By offering certified pre-owned watches through official channels, companies can guarantee that every watch has been inspected, serviced, and verified. This protects the brand's reputation and increases trust among buyers. Another reason brands are buying back watches is pricing stability. In recent years, the luxury watch market has experienced extreme price volatility. Some models skyrocketed in value during periods of intense hype, only to drop sharply when market demand cooled. This kind of volatility can damage the perception of a luxury brand. Luxury products rely heavily on the idea of long-term value and exclusivity. If prices swing wildly, it can create uncertainty among collectors and buyers. By participating directly in the resale market, brands can exert subtle influence over pricing dynamics. They can decide which models to release into the market, how they are presented, and how they are priced through official channels. This does not mean they control the entire market, but it gives them a stronger role in shaping it. Another major motivation behind this strategy is customer relationships. Traditionally, luxury watch brands interacted with customers mainly during the initial sale of a new watch. But the certified pre-owned market creates a second relationship with buyers. Customers who cannot access new watches due to long waiting lists can instead purchase authenticated pre-owned pieces through authorized dealers. This allows brands to capture customers who might otherwise buy from independent resellers. It also introduces new collectors to the brand's ecosystem. In many cases, the certified pre-owned market becomes an entry point. Someone who buys a pre-owned Rolex today might become a future buyer of a brand new model later. There is also a strategic element related to scarcity. Luxury watch brands tightly control the production of their watches to maintain exclusivity. If too many watches flood the market through uncontrolled resale channels, it can weaken that sense of scarcity. By buying back and redistributing certain watches through official programs, brands can better manage how their products circulate. This helps maintain the perception that their watches are rare, desirable, and carefully curated. Another important factor is long-term brand storytelling. Luxury watch companies are not just selling products. They are selling heritage, craftsmanship, and timeless value. Certified pre-owned programs reinforce that narrative. When a watch that is 10 or 20 years old can be serviced, authenticated, and resold through the brand itself, it reinforces the idea that these watches are built to last for generations. It turns the watch into something more than a consumer product. It becomes a durable object with a long life cycle. And that message is extremely powerful in the luxury world. Finally, there is a financial incentive. The global pre-owned luxury watch market is estimated to be worth tens of billions of dollars and is growing rapidly. For years, brands allowed that entire market to operate independently. Now they are realizing that participating in that ecosystem can create significant additional revenue. Instead of selling a watch once and losing track of it forever, brands can now benefit from multiple transactions across the lifespan of that product. This transforms the business model of luxury watches. A single watch can generate value not just at the moment it is sold, but throughout its entire life cycle. And that shift helps explain why companies like Rolex and Patek Philippe are quietly buying back their own watches. It is not about nostalgia or collecting old inventory. It is about control over authenticity, control over pricing, control over customer relationships, and control over the rapidly expanding global market for pre-owned luxury watches. Because in the modern luxury industry, selling the watch may only be the beginning. The real opportunity may lie in everything that happens after the first sale.